Welcome to Altova Online Training. In this video, we will learn how to use FlexText to design a FlexText template to parse a legacy header detail multi-record type text file. We will then demonstrate how to use the FlexText template in MapForce. One of the most common data integration tasks is to map to or from legacy text files. However, legacy text file formats may not be readily adapted to mapping to or from structured data. FlexText, a unique patented utility included in Altova's data mapping tool MapForce, makes it easy to create rules for text file conversion templates. FlexText templates are inserted into MapForce mappings to facilitate mapping the text data to or from any of the other formats supported by MapForce, including XML, JSON, relational databases, EDI, and more. The sample file we will base our FlexText template on, named orders.txt, contains customer orders and is a typical example of a legacy text file format with a parent, child, or header detail type structure. The first line in the file contains the date on which all orders were placed. The last line signifies the end of the file. The order information is contained between the first and last lines. Our sample file orders.txt contains a total of 3 orders. Each order starts with exactly one header line, followed by one or more detail lines. The first character of a header line is uppercase H, and the first character of a detail line is uppercase D. Header lines contain 6 fields, and detail lines contain 5 fields. Now that we understand the structure of our legacy text file, we will show how to design a FlexText template to parse it. The sample files used in this demonstration can be found in the accompanying zip archive. Please extract the zip to the root directory C so that the following folder is created on your computer. To create a new FlexText template, first open a new mapping in MapForce by selecting New from the File menu and Mapping from the New File dialog box. Next, insert a text component into the mapping via the Insert menu. In the Insert Text Component dialog box, ensure that the Use FlexText Module radio button is enabled, and then click on the Design Graphically New Structure Based on a Sample File button. A Save As dialog appears. Enter the name FlexText_orders and click Save. The newly created template opens in FlexText. 2 containers are shown. On the left is the root container, and on the right the default container, which is currently empty. In the Open dialog box, browse for the sample file orders.txt and click Open. The root container is updated to display the file path, and the default container displays the complete contents of this file. Our first objective is to isolate the first line of our sample file, which contains the date, and the last line, which signifies the end of the file. Click on the arrow in the upper right-hand corner of the default container and select Split Once. The Split Once option divides the current container into 2. The default settings for Split Once splits the current container from the head by 1 line, creating 2 new containers. The top container contains the first line of orders.txt, and the bottom container contains the rest of the file. Navigate to the top container and select Store as Value. In order to ensure that the trailing carriage return and line feed is not included as part of the value, set the trim setting to write and the trim character set to carriage return line feed. As the value being stored is a valid date, set type to date. Finally, name the container date so that it is clear what it represents. To isolate the last line of our sample file, we navigate to the bottom container and once again choose Split Once. However, as we are splitting from the end of the file, we set Split Base to Tail instead of Head. This leaves us with 2 new containers. The new bottom container contains the last line of our sample file, and the new top container contains the order-specific information. Because the bottom container doesn't contain any relevant data, we will choose to ignore the contents of this container by selecting Ignore from the drop-down list in the upper right-hand corner. The top container currently contains all orders in the sample file orders.txt. Our objective is to split this container in such a way so that we can dynamically process any number of orders using our FlexText template. As our sample file contains 3 orders, we need to split the container to generate 3 blocks. To do this, we select the repeated split option for the container. The repeated split settings contain 4 different modes, which are useful in different scenarios. The first mode, fixed length, is not appropriate for our needs because the number of lines in each order can vary. The next 3 modes are delimited. Delimited modes have a separator setting which is applicable to our particular sample file structure because each order begins with a header line and the first character of that header line is always uppercase H. We can therefore use this character as the separator to split the container into the requisite number of blocks. Selecting the first delimited mode, delimited floating, we can see that this is not ideal because it splits on every occurrence of uppercase H in the container, generating 7 blocks. Selecting the second delimited mode, delimited line based, we see that this is also not ideal. It splits the container on the first occurrence of uppercase H in a line, regardless of its position. This generates 4 blocks from our sample file. Selecting the last delimited mode, delimited line starts with, we finally get the desired result because it only splits the container if the first character of a line is uppercase H, which results in the generation of 3 blocks, 1 block for each order. After setting the mode to delimited line starts with, name the container orders so that it is clear what it represents. Now that we have split the container into blocks representing each order, we can further define the structure of an order by splitting it into its constituent header and detail parts. In the container containing the 3 order blocks, select Split Once. The default split once settings are appropriate here because each order begins with exactly 1 header line. This results in 2 new containers. The top container contains a comma delimited header line with 6 fields for record type, order ID, customer name, customer email, and customer address. And the bottom container contains comma delimited detail lines with 5 fields for record type, item ID, item description, price, and quantity ordered. In the top container, select Store as CSV. Notice that 7 fields have been auto-generated. As mentioned earlier, header lines only contain 6 fields. The reason why a 7th field has been generated is because the default quote character for the CSV container is single quotes, whereas our sample file uses double quotes. Change the quote character setting to double quotes and then delete the 7th field. Next, name the CSV container header and then rename each of the 6 fields as shown to describe the kind of data which they contain. After defining the structure for the header line of an order, navigate to the bottom container and once again select Store as CSV. 5 fields are generated. This time it is not necessary to change the quote character setting. Next, name the container Details and then rename each of the 5 fields as shown. Once the fields have been renamed, set the type of the price field to decimal and the type of the quantity field to integer. Finally, click the Save icon in the toolbar to save FlexText_orders.mft. We have successfully designed a FlexText template to parse orders.txt and can now use this template in a MapForce mapping. After saving FlexText_orders.mft in FlexText, a Change Files dialog will open in MapForce, prompting us to reload the file. Click on the Reload button and notice how the text component in our mapping updates to reflect the template structure we have just defined. Next, resize the component as shown and fully expand the node hierarchy. Our objective in this part of the demonstration is to use MapForce to map from the text component defined by the FlexText template structure to an XML component defined by an XML schema. Select XML schema from the Insert menu and orders.xsd from the Open dialog. Another dialog will appear prompting for a sample XML file. As our XML component will be used as a target component in the mapping, select Skip. An XML structure component appears to the right of the text component. Resize the XML component and then expand its node hierarchy. We are now ready to map from the text component on the left side of the mapping to the XML component on the right. Starting from the top of the node hierarchy and working our way downwards, connect the store-date node in the source component to the date element node in the target. Next, connect the repeated split-orders node in the source component with the order element node in the target. This will generate an order element in the output XML file for each block generated by the repeated split in the source file. Map order ID, customer name, customer email, and customer address to their equivalents in the target component. Next, map the CSV-details node in the source component to the item element node in the target to generate an item element for each detail line in the source. Finally, map item ID, item description, price, and quantity in the source to their equivalents in the target component. Switch to the output preview of MapForce to see the result of our mapping design. Using a text component based upon the FlexText template structure we designed, we've created a mapping to extract data from our legacy text file orders.txt and generate an output XML file. Select Save As from the File menu and save our mapping design as mapping_orders.mfd. This concludes our demonstration. If you haven't already, we welcome you to try this yourself by downloading a free 30-day evaluation of MapForce from Altova's website at www.altova.com.